Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 4 of Stellaris. We have just ran into pirates that are hanging around in this system over here. We need to get our fleet over here to deal with them. It's going to take a little bit of time until we've actually got a fleet capable of dealing with them, so we're just building some more ships. We are receiving a transmission from the Arasia. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are now open and hostilities between us have ceased for the moment. So we've met these guys. Greetings, I speak for the executive Feldim Den Voltharg. We're the wealthy elite of the Arisian Directorate. We're always looking for trading partners among the many diverse and delightful alien nations we encounter as our ships explore the galaxy. Our citizens send their regards. The Githia was forced to return to... Oh, so it's now within their borders. Okay, so what's happened is... We've actually found a few people now. These guys are up to the north. And they've actually grabbed this planet. Or it's within their borders. So that now means that the CUS Githian gets sort of forced out of that territory. Which is a little bit annoying. But we have mostly done the surveying there, so we're going to return somewhere. We'll probably be able to get over here and work our way around. My main concern, of course, is these pirate ships. We are sort of retreating from that with our construction ship. Githian was forced to return. Yep, that's fine. We've finished another special project. So the team under Science Officer Lucas Campbell has finished their expedition to Dramana 5 and returned to the CUS Githian. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. These vessels were clearly very advanced, however, and we could gain valuable engineering insights if we analysed the way they were designed. We should consider the construction of a permanent science outpost in orbit. So basically it's given +3 engineering to that particular planet, and Lucas gains 200 experience points, which is really nice. Now, our construction ship's getting out of dodge, which is a very good thing. Screaming Demons has at least one military station in this system, so we're going to have to go and deal with that at some point as well. In the meantime, let's go and... can we get you over there? You're going to have to go a really long way around, so let's go and get you to survey that instead. So we need to take these pirates out, and then we need to go and wipe out their station. And unfortunately, our station is under attack. Yeah, they're attacking our mining station over here, which is a little bit annoying. But there's not an awful lot that I can do about it. I guess I could go in with my fleet as it is. Did we already manage to produce a fleet? Yeah, we've got 93 military power. Let's sort of move into here. We could still do with an additional ship. But in the meantime, we are actually doing some damage to them with the mining station. So it is going to weaken them. Unfortunately, it does take a little while to get there. Research is completed. We've redone the administrative AI. And we have also got the powered exoskeletons. So that'll give us a little bit of extra mineral income. So engineering, robots. Robots are a useful thing. They're a buildable population. Robotic workers can pretty much colonize any planet happily. You still need the technology to be able to colonize a specific type of planet, but you don't have to worry about happiness because robots don't have happiness. They can work in any type of atmosphere. Engineering facility is not a bad idea. It would allow us to gain some extra engineering research. Let's go ahead and grab that. As for physics... colony development speed, that can be quite useful. Sentinel point defense. Let's go ahead and just get the increased power plants, which are always quite useful. And we're still going to keep our eye on this while we are waiting for our fleet to arrive. Now, unfortunately, our mining station is taking a little bit of a beating. There's not really an awful lot that it can do. It can't retreat, it can't go anywhere. Its hull is starting to get a little bit smashed. We might actually lose it. And I think we are going to lose it. Don't think it's done any damage to these guys at all. So... yeah, we'll we'll bring the rest of the fleet in, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our fleets and we're going to move them all over towards the frontier outpost, because the frontier outpost does have some defences, and as it stands at the moment, they've actually taken out our mine there, which is a little bit annoying. So they're jumping out now, which is a bit of a pain. So let's go ahead and bring... we've got another ship here that we built, so let's bring him in. We want to bring our construction ship back, and we need to get you back over here. We need to build a mining station again, so that's going to cost us. So in the meantime, let us go and... we can afford a few more corvettes, so let's go and grab a couple. And we've got the science ship, the Carsten. You were moving... where were you moving? Where are you? You are here. So we want you to... Well, where do we want you to go? We're getting a little bit boxed in by some of our neighbours here. We might have to do something against these guys. Can we get you down to there? Yes, we can. Okay, so one thing we haven't done is the new guys that we met. These guys. Now, they're equivalent to us. They're also wary. They're xenophiles, so they love aliens. And they're also materialists. So, again, we should communicate with these guys, and I think we should try and establish an embassy with them. And they may do it back to us. They don't actually have any embassies with us. So we need to go and get rid of these pirates. That's going to be our primary objective at the moment, because they are being quite annoying. So all of our military fleets are just kind of forming up. That is fine. And then we'll go and see if we can chase them down. There's our construction ship coming back. We've got yet another ship. We'll keep them all together. Now, the best way to get all your ships together is to just select them all and hit the merge button in the top left, or you can hit G, and they will all merge together to form one fleet. It's our first Nautilus squadron. Actually has a power of 139, so it might actually be able to defeat those pirates. I will send all of the rest of the ships over there, though. We'll get them all together.
Construction complete.
I'd prefer to try and protect this outpost than my home planet, because my home planet to a certain degree can protect itself. But we are going to have to go and wipe those pirates out because they are being quite annoying. And luckily our ships do get produced quite quickly, so it doesn't take an awfully long time to get a bit of a navy going together. So we've got another ship in production right now.
Complete.
And we finished another system survey. That is the Githian. And you are down here. So where do we want to go from? Not a great deal on that that hunk of rock. So, oh, we've got to go the long way around, so we'll go down and do that one first. So as you can see, the different coloured borders. Now, you can push and pull with these borders. So it's quite possible that my borders could expand into his borders and capture that planet, or his borders could come this way. Now, he's not going to capture a planet that I've got colonised, but we do definitely want to try and grab some more of these worlds. Now, our borders have expanded slightly, but not a great deal. So we've actually, I think Lando is within our range now. The little hexagon is red, so we can actually go and, yeah, it's within Chinor Stellar Union space. So we can actually go and build down there, and we probably will do that. So that is all done. Okay, everyone's still doing what they're supposed to be doing. We have our squadron here. Let's select everything. We will unselect that and group everything else together. So construction ship has finished doing whatever it was doing before, so let's go ahead and select you. And we're making positive income now, but I think we will definitely go over here and build a mining station. And then we'll want an additional mining station here, and then we're out of credits. And then we'll want to go and build some research stations so we can start to capitalise from the science. So, let's wait until our fleet gets together. They're kind of spread out all over the place at the moment. And hopefully that'll be enough for us to go and take them on. We're still quite below our limit, so we could go and build another ship. Now, one thing that you will find is that we can't build any ships on Slug because we don't have a spaceport yet. We can't build a spaceport because you need a you need mass drivers, which we don't yet have. Also, you can't upgrade the what do they call this thing? The reassembled ship shelter. You can't upgrade that to a planetary administration until you have 5 population. But it also costs 50 influence and 350 minerals. So quite an expensive thing to do. There is our squadron. Let's go and have a little look over here in... is this Tifim? Tifim again is within our borders, so we could go ahead and get those minerals from Tifim. So we definitely want to start trying to build buildings on those planets, but bear in mind doing so does have an upkeep cost. There we go. Ah, they've actually come in from the other way. That was a little bit naughty. So that means our construction ship is going to leave the area. Let's go down to normal speed. And our fleets are now going to engage. Now what I could do is I could actually set this guy to not be evasive. I could change his fleet stance to non-evasive. But in the meantime, we want to go and take these pirate ships down. We've also done a couple of system surveys. So let's go and take the Githian. And you... Can you get to this one? Yep, you can get to that. And then we've got the Karsten. And you can survey that one. Now let's go back to the military fleet. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with this. So we're moving in. They've only got a few ships. They do have some sort of healing ability there. Now it does look like they are going after one of my... Right, we've engaged. We have engaged. So you can see this sort of slider at the top shows you which way the fight is going. You can see the individual hull damage and shields. I don't have any shields, but you can see the hull damage. And if I just pause the game. So what you've basically got... My leader there, a list of all the ships, along with the ship's health. If they have shields, it'll be a blue ring around the health. You can see the hit ratio. So we're only hitting 75% of our shots. They're hitting 83% of theirs. We're evading 16% of their shots. They're evading 24% of ours, which is a bit of a pain. We're both using energy weapons, so you can see how much damage we've done, how much damage they've done. And you can see that we're taking most of the damage to the hull, a little bit to the armour. They're taking considerably more to their armour, but we should be able to win this. We may lose a ship or two. It's quite possible. But I do think we will win the battle overall. If we can take a few of their ships down... If we can take a few of their ships down before they take mine down, then I think we might be alright. Right, they're already down to 3. We've got a couple that are on relatively low health. They're now down to 2. They're now down to a single ship. Situation log updated. There we go. So, we actually won that. Don't think we lost anything there, so that's fine. So what we're going to do with these guys is we're going to go and tell them to go home and repair. So they're now going to head back home and repair. We're going to get our construction ship, and we are going to bring him back and get him to build the mining station there, which we've been trying to do for a while now. Now you'll also see we've got this special project. This is debris, and you get debris whenever you finish off a ship. Now these are timed. They do disappear after a while. As you can see, we only have 1,770 days to research it, which is a long time, I'll admit. But we need to get a science ship over there. And the good thing about researching debris is you get some free science from it. So it's a really good thing to have. So we're going to get the ships repaired up. While the ships are getting repaired up, we are also going to build ourselves a couple more corvettes. Because if we can get ourselves a little bit closer to the unit cap, we might be able to do a little bit more damage on those guys. Let's go back up to high speed again. They've lost their fleet, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to rebuild. Ah, here we go. Embassy established. Diplomatic communication from the Arisan Directorate. So they've sent an embassy to me. That is good. Lucas Campbell has been upgraded to level 4. Fantastic. That is really good news. This is the indicator that we have this timed project here. Research has completed. Engineering facility So that allows us to upgrade a science lab. A science lab gives you one of each research, but the engineering facility gives you one of each but 2 engineering. There's also a variant that gives you 2 society and a variant that gives you 2 physics. So, new research. Nanocomposite armour might not be a bad idea. Get some armour for our... Mind you, there again, they're energy weapons, so we probably need shields. We don't have an option for shields right now. So I think we will not zoom in on the star, and we will work on the nanocomposite armour. We might get some slightly better ships out of that. So let's have a look at our fleet. They are getting repaired, which is why our minerals are going down. Now, there's no button to upgrade them, which means we haven't discovered any new technologies that would allow us to make our ships better. Because we've got our ships... Because we've got our ships set to this auto-generate designs, if we unlock any new techs that would be better, it'll automatically add that, and then we'll have the option to upgrade. But there's no option to do that. So the Githian has finished researching out there. There is an anomaly. So you should definitely research that. And we are at some point... Again, we've got both of our science ships sort of over one side. So we probably want to go and do that mission and then move back over to the east, if you can technically have an east in space. But you know what I'm getting at. So, the fleet has been fully repaired. We don't have the extra ships yet. I think we will wait just a little while. Alien drag racing. The crater on X9-3547 exhibits long irregular marks imprinted into the relatively soft upper layers of the asteroid. Science officer David Zane has recovered some interesting unexpected wreckage from the edges of the depression, wheeled vehicles, seemingly personal transports rather than research craft. The crew of the CUS... Is that the Githian? Which one's that one? Yeah, it's the Githian. The CUS Githian speculated that the crater may once have been used for sport, with some alien species pitting their personal locomotion devices against each other in tests of mechanical strength or speed in near zero G. Brilliant. Adds a skid marks modifier to X93547 that gives it +6 engineering. Okay, that's fine.
System survey complete.
And we've completed another system survey. So we've got the Karsten over here. Let's just zoom out. So you've done that one. I want you to go over here and... have I got you selected? Can you not get here? Have I not got you selected? Karsten. Okay, move here. We'll find a way over there shortly. I was probably just clicking on the wrong thing. We've also got the Githian, of course. And you can go and survey that system. You can get there quite directly. Shouldn't be too difficult. So we'll wait until... Well, we've got all the ships that we're going to get. We're up to 11, I suppose. Now, because our fleet was docked, they've all formed up into one fleet. I don't have to merge them. So let's get over here now and go and pay these pirates a visit. We'll go and get rid of their base. And then hopefully they'll leave us alone for a little bit. Now our construction ship is finished. So what we want to do now is get our construction ship to work on the minerals. Because minerals are very good. As you can see, we're down to 1 mineral. We are spending quite a lot of them.
Situation log updated. Evading hostile fleet.
We've found a hostile fleet. That is unfortunate. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in Dontor. These strange objects have been flagged as Epsilon aliens. Until we learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. Okay, so where did that happen? That happened over here. Now, these look like... okay, those are alien vessels. Yeah, these guys don't look particularly friendly, do they? There's quite a few of them around. Yes, we should definitely get out of there. But at the same time, we should also go and investigate them. So we'll go ahead and do that. So our science ship will bug out of there. And we'll have to pick another direction to go in. We're actually right on the edge of the galaxy here, so it's getting a little bit tricky looking around in this direction. So we'll go ahead and see what other stars we can find. Now then, we've actually arrived over here with our fleet. We know we've previously encountered hostiles in this system. Are we not in the... No, we're in the wrong system. Always does that to me. These guys. Right, where is your base? There. So let's go ahead and attack you. We'll also quickly grab the Karsten. And you are going to go and... Why won't you research that? Let's move you there. And you are going to go and survey that. There we go. That sorts that problem out. So let's follow our military. We need to go and get rid of these pirates here. Now, do they actually show up on factions or anything? They don't show up here. Are they a faction? Where's my factions button? No, they're not a faction. Okay. Just random space pirates. So we're going to go and blow their stuff up.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Just before we do that, the Karsten has stalled. You need to go and research that. There we go. Okay, so let's get on with this battle here. So, they don't have a leader. They've got 100... No, the hit ratio is not that great. It is doing some damage. We're evading quite a lot. I don't know how that can be evading. I mean, how does a mining station evade being shot at? We've still only got it down to half health. We've got it down to half health and we've almost lost one of our corvettes. We've encountered some form of alien vessels within the Algol system. These strange objects have been flagged as Zeta aliens. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. So we're finding quite a lot of different alien species here. Looks like we might lose a ship. Unfortunately, you can't just pull one ship out. I can retreat the entire fleet, initiate an emergency jump, causing the fleet to disengage from combat and leave the system. Due to it being an uncalibrated jump, all ships will take damage and those in a critical state may be lost. So there's no real point in doing that. So we've lost a ship. That was unfortunate, but we're gonna win the battle anyway. So there we go. That's that done. And again, we've got debris. So let's send these guys home to repair. That wasn't too painful. We can always rebuild a ship. You know, ships are relatively cheap. But I don't think we need another one now. We were mainly building that fleet to deal with the pirates.
Special project complete.
And as we've got a special project complete, I think we're going to want to work on that one as well. So we'll start working on that. Okay, crystalline entities. The reports of strange free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. These ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they should be regarded as hazardous and approached with caution. We can either attempt to engage them with the potentially dangerous objects directly, or establish remote surveillance and observe them from a safe distance. So, we can either issue a special project to remotely observe them, or we can go and shoot them. I think we'll try and observe them. We'll try and be peaceful if we can. We are a science directorate after all, so, you know, if we're role-playing this, maybe we shouldn't be hyper-aggressive. So we will be careful with what we are doing. So as you can see now, if we look at Zosma here, you can see that we have a green 7, so we're getting 7 energy credits. A white number 2 under the engineering research, so we're not getting any of the engineering research. And we also have a green 2 and a white 2 under the minerals. So we have 2 of the minerals, but there's 2 that we're not getting. We've also finished that debris. And for that, we actually get 10% progress onto nanocomposite materials, 15 physics points, and 5 engineering points. And what we can also do now is take the science ship, take the Githian, and we can go over there and investigate that one. And where are you exactly? Where are you hiding? You're down here. So all of these little red exclamation marks indicate that we've ran into alien vessels. We've not surveyed this planet yet. Let's go and do that one. We might get to survey it just before Rixaru's borders expand in that direction. We've almost expanded our borders enough to be able to get Markab. It's not a great spot. Glad we've got Lando. We can definitely get some more minerals and energy from there. That is good. We've also found that our construction ship is now finished. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on the star and go build research stations. I'm not even going to bother clicking on the planet directly. There's only one research station, so he'll definitely build the right one. We've got an employment again, because we've got somebody working in a tile that doesn't have anything in it. Let's go ahead and build a food tile of some description here. Actually, no, let's go to science. There's nothing here to begin with. So let's get a power plant. But we will start clearing some of these tiles, well, when we can afford to clear it. What do we need for this one? We are lacking the minerals. So we get some more minerals. We can clear some of these tiles out. It'll be fine. Possibly. What have we got here? The casters. So you are going to zoom in. Where is the debris? It was wherever the fight was. In the wrong system. There we go. And you are going to go and research that. Fantastical. Now we might be doing quite well compared to these guys. If we actually go and click on them. Yeah, we're still equivalent. Space amoebas. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are spaceborne forms of life. Quickly nicknamed space amoebas following an analyst's gross misreading of the initial sensor output, this creature is in fact larger than the average Chinook corvette. Further study is warranted. We may choose to either remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Chikora, or attempt to swiftly bring down the specimen to study. An eventuality commercially exploit it remains.
Situation.
Yeah, we'll do the project. We'll go the science route. That's what we are. We're scientists. We're not militarists. We might be by the end of the game, but at the moment we're not. So everyone's doing well. I think what we'll do after we've finished this building on Zosma is we'll probably go out here and get ourselves some more mineral mines on Tiffin. And then possibly go and build some more stuff down here on Dorman. How did we claim Dorman? Oh, we've got a planet down here. So we've colonized down here, but we're not actually exploiting any of the resources in this region. So now we've finished the field modulation, which gives us some more energy storage, which is good because you tend to hit this cap very, very quickly. Gives us some better power plants as well. So we can now pick solar panel networks. They're very good. That's actually an upgrade module for the spaceport that will give us some additional energy credits, +3 energy credits. Or we can get a physics lab, but I think, as there's a lot of people around with energy weapons, I think we're going to go for the deflectors. Get ourselves some shields that we can use on our ships. Now, our construction ship isn't doing anything at the moment. We don't have an awful lot of money. But let's go over here, and now if I just... It won't let me select build mining stations because it wants to build a mining station on every single thing there is to mine, which is not ideal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go and tell him to move there, and then we'll sort of do it manually. And we'll be able to grab some extra minerals for doing so. We may end up grabbing Ginam. I think it's maybe a little bit too far away for our borders to naturally expand there. And what we can do also on our own planet is, as I said before, we can upgrade some of these buildings if we want to. But I think that we will start clearing some of these out. Debris analysed, so that gives us 10% progress towards active countermeasures, 10% progress towards nanocomposite materials, 20 physics research points, 5 engineering research points. That also frees up the Karsten. And I don't know, are we kind of done with this end of space? Can we get there? We'd have to go a really long way around to try and get there, because we can't, there's such a large gap. So, what about these? Let's go and survey these systems then. Let's do that. As for our construction ship, we want to get ourselves some mines here. How much is it going to cost us to get another one? We need 22, which we might just about get on the next. What are we gaining? We're actually gaining 22.07. The number it shows you at the top of the screen is rounded. So we're getting 22.07. We do actually have enough now, actually. So we will shift click on that and then might as well get the one that's directly next to it. So that'll get us some extra minerals coming in. Again, remember these do have a maintenance upkeep, so every time you start building mining stations, you also need to build mining stations around things that give you energy credits, otherwise you'll start going into the negative, which is not a good thing. Situation log. So we've got these 2 missions. They both finish in 90 days, I think, quite quick, so we might as well get them done. Habitable World Survey. We're only 1 short on that, actually, so we might even finish that. Now, habitable worlds are basically any world that is habitable, whether or not we can colonize it. So all of these ones that show red, they are habitable, it's just we don't have the tech to do it, or we wouldn't like living there because it's the wrong kind of biome. So an uninhabitable or an inhabitable planet would be something like this one here. So, or is this one we're just researching? Okay, let's find a better example. So if we go and find our home world. So we've got planets here that we've surveyed, and these planets are barren and completely uninhabitable. Crystalline entities are unbreakable. The crystalline entities, the name itself, a compromise between rival factions of xenobiologists and xenogeologists on Chikora, are probably alive. An earlier and perhaps a more descriptive name for them was silicate animate matter, as they have little in common with biological life. They are solitary beings, each individual crystal sovereign rarely seen with more than a sentinel and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and the sentinel clearly being subservient to its sovereign of the group, the subtle nuances of the crystalline entities' socio-hierarchical relationships are lost on us. The entities do not seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognisably older or younger than others. Contrary to the earlier hypothesis, the shifts in hue between individual crystalline entities seems to be related not to their age, but to their latent internal charge, which can be violently unleashed, and it appears as though sporadic fluctuations in this charge alter the refractive properties of the crystal. Find some practical use for this information. So, adds the crystal sonar modifier to your empire, which allows us to spend 30 energy to instantly survey a crystalline entity, any crystalline entity system we have entered. Okay, that's cool. Survey has completed. Through our surveys of habitable worlds, our biologists have collected a vast amount of data on alien life forms. So this is because we've now just surveyed our 8th inhabitable world. Many of our older theories on the development of life have been disproved, and our scientific community has had to build new models from scratch. Our most interesting findings are being displayed at the newly dedicated Museum of Exobiology on Chikora. The public is enthralled, and many donations have come in to aid in the continued search for strange life forms. That gives us 150 society research and 160 energy credits. That is really nice.
Complete.
And we've now finished the Space Amoebas special project as well. The Space Amoebas, as the name has stuck as the pronunciation of the proper xenotaxonomic denominator is too unwieldy for the average Chinor, are solitary animals and when left to their own devices, but all the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent flangella, organisms spawned by the amoeba and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretions to do the bidding of the host. The flagella are capable of manipulating and even attacking objects in an impressive yet restricted range around the host, periodically returning to lodge inside the host amoeba's body for reprogramming. There are potential military applications of this graceful patterns of circulation apparent to the flagella's movement, and that gives a modifier again, extra evasion. So we can't probably can't see any of those at the moment, but when you get these techs, you can start to research them. Can't see any of them now. Maybe they will pop up later on, but you do get these the ability to actually incorporate these alien techs into your own, which is really, really cool and something I do like about this game. But I'm going to end the video there, so thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Stellaris. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.